video is going to give us a little tutorial on how to use an online scientific calculator. And I will share a link for this calculator on the Chapter 1 website, and it will also be shared in our Google Classroom. We're going to start with, we'll start with square roots. So to find a square root of a number, we would come over to the square root box, and we just have to click the square root box and whatever number we want. And we know 9 is the square root of 3, so we'll test that out. And if you look, your answer shows up on the right side here. And to clear it, we could clear that by clicking Clear All. If we were to look at the cubed root of a number, or anything greater than a cubed root, we would hit this symbol here. There's a little N above the root box, and that's the first thing we would type. So we would put a 3 there, and then we come over here and click what we want inside. And we know that the cube root of 8 is 2. So if I plug in 8 here, I get 2 as the answer. We could also look at using squared numbers. If we wanted to find what 5 squared was, we'd plug in 5 first, and then come over here and hit the A with the squared symbol. So that shows us 5 squared, and again our answer over here is 25. We could raise it to higher powers if we would like. We could click 5, and then we use this A raised to the B power button, and then you'll notice that it shifts up a little, and we'll just do 5 cubed, and that gives us 125. Our pi symbol, you click on the pi symbol and it gives us the first couple of digits of pi there. If we wanted to multiply by 2, we could just come over here and multiply it by 2 and it shows our answer. If we wanted to square pi, we could click pi, then the squared symbol, and it shows us what pi squared is approximately equal to. And then the last thing we're going to look at is fractions. So for fractions, if I were to put in a fraction, let's just go with 9/10. I could click 9, then the ABC or the AB button, and then 10 underneath, and you'll notice here it comes up as a decimal, and if I want, I could change it back to a fraction. If we're looking at a fraction that can be reduced, let's take 20/25. It shows us that it's 8/10, and now instead of it showing 20/25, it's going to show the fraction reduced if I click that fraction box there. The only downfall that I see with this calculator is if you were to put in a mixed number. So I could hit the fraction button, and we'll just use 3/5 to start. But if I wanted to go and put a number in front of this, let's say we wanted 3 3/5, you'll notice that it just changes it to an improper fraction. It doesn't give us a decimal form for that. So there's 2 ways that we could go about getting this decimal. We could figure out what the improper fraction is, and then we could do 18 divided by 5. And you'll notice also that when we divide, because a fraction is a division problem, it shows up as a fraction. So 18 divided by 5 is 3 6/10. Or we could do 3 divided by 5, and that gives us our 6/10, and then we just put the integer of 3 in front of that, so we know that that would be 3 6/10. We're going to be using this for today's lesson and the rest of 1.4, so it's important that you understand how to use this. If you have your own calculator, you could also use that as well.